I just watched the whole thing last week for the first time, and it's really good. It kind of pulls the curtain on the war room of draft day. It's a very interesting movie. It's the first football movie that's ever been made in conjunction with the NFL, and you see a lot of NFL characters in there, like a John Gruden, like a Rich Eisen, Mel Kiper, Chris Berman, Deion Sanders. They make appearances. Arian Foster did a very good job in this film. For a current NFL player, you could not tell that he did not have an acting background. Right now, I'd like to introduce the director and the actors of Draft Day. We'll start with the director, Ivan Reitman. Round of applause, please, for Mr. Reitman. One of the most successful directors of our time. The hits Meatballs, Stripes, Ghostbusters, Legal Eagles, Twins, Kindergarten Cop, Dave, and No Strings Attached among his pieces of work. Terry Crews, who told me a short time ago that he played in 1995 for the Washington Redskins. An NFL vet. He co-stars in TV hits Brooklyn 99 and in films ranging from The Expendables to The Longest Yard. You're upstaging with your pecs. Good gracious. Chadwick Boseman. Breakout star from the Jackie Robinson film 42. He's looking slender and svelte after having to gain, what, 35 pounds for the role? For this one? Yeah, something like that. Denis Leary. Round of applause, please. He plays the coach of the Cleveland Browns in the movie, and he was very convincing. The star of Rescue Me and films including the Amazing Spider-Man series. And Jennifer Garner. I have to admit, this is the only part of the movie that wasn't believable. Salary capologists do not look like Jennifer Garner in the NFL. They do. I stand corrected.
I'm so sorry, but I have to correct you, even though you're being nice.
And Kevin Costner, the star of the film. He's the general manager of the Cleveland Browns in the movie, and I told him, being a Washington, D.C. guy, he almost made me want to root for the Cleveland Browns just a little bit. He was very convincing. I'm going to ask a few questions, and then we're going to open up to questions from the audience. We're going to start with Kevin. And Kevin, this is your first football film. What took so long?
Well, you know, I didn't know I was going to make the other ones either. So I actually, you know, made Field of Dreams and Bull Durham back-to-back, which wasn't a exactly smart career move when everybody thought baseball was box office poison. But I like the idea of playing football, and I think the window has just about closed on me being a player in the, you know, in one of those games, unless it's just something that has to happen. So when Ivan came to me, I was really happy. I mean, if it was, I wouldn't have been in it if I didn't think it had a chance to be great. As much as I would like to have been in a football movie, I like football, and I think you guys like football, women like football too much to make one that doesn't make sense, that takes a step backwards. And this took its place right along for me, you know, for Love of the Game, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams. I felt that Draft Day had a chance to be classic, and I was really happy seeing the movie because I know how much we all really care about our game, and it does too.
One of the things that made the movie so believable was the fact that there were real jerseys, there were real teams that we all recognized and rooted for. How did that partnership, Ivan, come about with the NFL?
I got the script of Draft Day very early. I was very lucky. I got to read this when it first sort of arrived. And I loved it. I read it in the middle of the night, and I said, oh, man, this is a really an amazing script, except it really can only be made if we get the National Football League involved. It wasn't one of those movies where you sort of made up the names of the teams and the players and everything, and it had to live in a real world. And, you know, we sent the script to the NFL, and the good news is they liked it as much as we all did. And I think after some considerable negotiations, they said, let's go do this. It'll be good for everybody.
an easy group to negotiate with. I don't know what you mean by that. You filmed at the draft, the live draft as it was going on. I'm assuming that presented some issues. What was that like?
Yeah, there's no way to recreate what happens at Radio City Hall, those 2 or 3 days of the draft. And we knew we had to get some of our crew there and shoot some of it. And they were extraordinary. They gave us cars to arrive at the red carpet. I had my own monitors and my own crew within the auditorium. We asked all 32 team reps at the tables if they would wear the same thing they wore the first night during the afternoon of the second day, so that we could sort of keep our continuity going. And every team complied. It was really a wonderful combination of people who just wanted to get it right, and from the National Football League to all 32 teams.